Hello, my name is Lisa. Welcome if you are new, and if you're not, welcome back. So I'm going to be doing a little series now about the Merlin parks in the country and how they are for people with disabilities such as autism and sensory processing disorder, only because that is the experience I've got, so I can talk about it from my perspective. I cannot talk about it from various other perspectives, but it's probably similar, I would say. So this is going to be one video. I've covered a lot of Alton Towers, which I'll link in the video down below. I'm also going to be covering Chessington and Thorpe Park. If you've got any questions, as always, do leave me one in the comments section and I will endeavour to get back to you as best as I can. And there will be lots of links and stuff in the description box as well. So, and this little lady here does in fact have autism and sensory processing disorder. And a Nintendo. Yes, you do. I'll give you that one. You do have a Nintendo. She got it for her birthday, which is when we actually went to Legoland. But basically, I want to explain to you, this is the life when you work with children. I wanted to explain to you how the park is for people with disabilities, how you would get a ride access pass, how it works when you've got one, and just pretty much share our experiences in that, but hopefully in an informative way.
Mummy, can I see how it works?
Yeah, how do you think it works?
So, it basically makes you skip the line, so you go the exit way.
Yeah, you have to come in here, see.
And it's a really short way to go to the real.
It's not really a short way.
Ride.
Because you do have to wait, don't you? You do have to wait, don't you? Like an hour or whatever. You just don't wait in a crowded place, which we like. So, basically, do you want to go off and play now? Or are you staying here? Which one? Legoland is actually pretty brilliant. If you have a child or an adult who has a disability which requires them to have a carer, you can get a carer in for free. Now, we have Merlin annual passes, which is amazing, and we do have a free carers pass. So whether you want to do an annual pass, be that Merlin or Legoland themselves, or if you would like to just go for the day, you can actually get a carer in for free, which is amazing. You do have to take paperwork that proves that you would in fact need a carer, or you're entitled to a carer, to show some sort of level of disability, which is actually fantastic because it does mean it saves us the cost of one pass. We can only ever actually use it if we have Edith with us. So if Darren and I wanted to go to the parks by ourselves, we would have to pay for him because he's the one that tends to use the carer's pass, but so can my mum and any friends that come with me to any of the park. When you're in the park, if you have struggles with queues, and it would have to be specifically stated in your evidence that you cannot queue. Excuse me, Luna is partaking in this video a little bit. So if you wish to get a ride access, you can apply online, or you can go in to the ride access area and register when you're there, be that again for the day, or if you want to do it for the year. You will need to take medical evidence with you. This needs to be like from a consultant or a GP and dated within the last 2 years. If it is over 2 years, but you have a current DLA letter or PIP letter, that means you're actually currently getting an award. Though if you are using a DLA or a PIP letter, they have to be the highest rate for them to be accepted. They won't take any other forms of paperwork that don't specifically specify what the disability is. They're pretty strict on that, especially at Legoland, which I do think is good because it helps stop people abuse the system. When you're applying for the ride access pass, if you are sending the documentation in and stuff like I did, you must do it at least 5 working days before you visit the park. Or if you're a little bit unsure, just take the paperwork in with you like I did. They did verify that I'd actually received it, but I had it in my bag just in case. I did actually upload photographs of her paperwork because I'm too lazy to scan. So I took photographs of the paperwork and I sent those online myself and pre-registered her. Then you literally go in, you're given a case number, and they log you in under an email and a password, and that's it. You are done. It can take a little bit of time to actually get registered on the system, and each time you go you do have to queue up and actually get logged onto the system. But when you do, you just go on Qbot. This is Qbot. Qbot is an online system where you basically touch each ride, and then you can, when you're on the ride access pass, press that and queue in a virtual queue. So however long the ride line is when you're at the park, if that's an hour or 45 minutes, you are still going to queue an hour or 45 minutes, but you can actually wander around the park, you can look at the mini villages, you could go to the splash pad, and you can do whatever you want whilst you are waiting in a virtual queue, which means your child or the adult you're with isn't going to have, ideally, a meltdown or a panic or anything that is going to cause them upset. And you can wait that time out wherever you want. You can wander around the park. We tend to go to like the miniature village, or we plan things, or we have lunch, which is an amazing help because most people have to walk to that queue and then queue for an hour. So it does actually save you time, because as soon as we leave one ride, we can start virtually queuing whilst we walk over to it. So you do get an advantage in that sense, but you can only do one ride at a time. So you cannot multiple queue rides. The good thing about it though is that it doesn't expire. So even if you've waited an hour and you then don't go to that ride for 2 hours for whatever reason, in the splash pad, then it's fine, they don't actually expire. So it is incredibly handy, and as I said, you do get a bit of an advantage because you don't have to walk all the way to the ride and then start queuing. You can actually do it before you've walked over to the ride. But honestly, we can't do all of the rides. We generally will only do maybe 3 rides in a day before she is done. And you know, I haven't slept in 8 years, so I'm going to take my 20 minutes of time saving thing that I might get when I go to Legoland in exchange for the 8 years of sleep deprivation. Your time is up, you get a QR code on your phone and the member of staff will zap it. I asked Darren to record the member of staff zapping it and he forgot every time. The staff have always been absolutely fantastic, and on the rare occasion Edith has struggled, say getting a little bit hysterical because of noises or whatever, members of staff have always been absolutely brilliant, cannot fault them. Always helpful, thoughtful, polite. The park has always been clean. Some of the Lego figurines and stuff could do with a blast with a power washer, I think, or maybe some paint being sprayed on them or something, because they are looking a little bit sun damaged in the sense that they are faded and some of them look a little bit dirty, but they're just the ones that you can't necessarily reach. And I have noticed as we've been going, they are actually replacing certain things in like the mini village and stuff, but we absolutely love, like fully, completely love Legoland. It's Edith's absolute favourite place to go in the world, and poor George and Alice have been dragged there many more times than anywhere else in this country probably, because she could just live there if she thought she'd get away with it. There are disabled toilets. They do not, however, have large changing tables and like a hoist system that I've ever been aware of. So if you have got a larger adult that you would need help with, that could be a bit of a problem. Right, I think that's it. If you do want to see some of the fun that my daughter did have around Legoland, do check out Edith's birthday video. I'll try and put a link in the description bar down below. I'm not sure which video is going to be up first, probably her birthday. And I will speak to you all soon. If you do have any questions, do let me know down below. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.